Generating a contact sheet in Lightroom. I'm starting with my blank page and I'm going to look down to see which images I want to have in this contact sheet. So any image that I select will be placed in the sheet. So I'm going to select all 4 of my images, and it's placed itself so that I could have 9 images on the page. The reason it did this is I went to layout. Now I didn't use my Lightroom templates, and I do have my own template here. But I'm going to make it, from scratch. So I want to be sure my margins are set so that it's not right off the page. It's defaulted at 20.20, which I will leave at this time. Also, I'm going to be able to change my grid on my page. I have rows and columns. I'm going to put 3 rows and 3 columns. What happens if I put more? I can put 4, and then I have 4 rows and 4 columns. So all 4 pictures would be on one line. But I want to have this a little bit larger. The whole point of the contact sheet, or making less than 30 on the sheet, is so that it's easier to see with more pixels to read it. So I'm going to do 3 by 3. Also, I want spacing in between. I don't want these too close together. So I can adjust it on a vertical or horizontal way. And I want these as large as possible, but a separation. So I'll make it, we'll maybe stay with the 20, around that area. Cell size and height will change. So again, we can make the height a lot smaller or larger. I'm going to go as large as we can make it. Make the spacing back a little bit. Now, in order to make my contact sheet, as you see, I'm in the print mode, and I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to go to my printer. And my printer is giving me a way of making a PDF file. So I can save this file as a PDF. It's going to save it into, wherever I want to save it, into my computer. And I'm just going to go save. I already have one of these, so if I already have one, because I've been experimenting, I might put a 2 in there. Something that shows that I'm doing more than one. And when I open it up, I have my 4 images, and I have metadata on here. Let me go back and show you how to make that metadata. That's getting information that you want to, place on your page. I do have this in a horizontal page orientation because all my images are horizontal. To add the menu, or it would go down on the menu to add the metadata, and we go to photo info, and I'm going to take and click on these little arrows and go all the way down to edit. And when I get to edit, I've got a variety of things that I can add. These are taken directly from the computer, so I don't really have that much camera data left on them, but I do want an image number, the file name that I've given it, and then the main series name. And so I've added that. I want to put so I can go to insert file name. I have the numbering, so I have that inserted, and I put the numbering in front. I put an underscore between so that I can read it easier. And then after that, I just typed in some other information that I wanted. So once that is taken care of, I can just go done. And that information now is giving me sequential numbering and the title and whatever information I may want. If I want exposure data or ISO data or other or the type of camera I have or the lenses, all of that information is available in that location. As you can see, I also have a choice of font size. I don't want it too small that I can't read it, but I don't want it so large either that it's going to be difficult to have to show up and keep the pictures at a good size. And another way of printing this out then is just to click the print button, print. As you can see up on the top, it's preparing it, it printed it, and it gives me the same file as I would get in the same location from the printer. But I do have a choice in the printer to create a location. Now let's look about making just one picture. So I'm going to go back up to my layout, and I'm going to make my rows into one row and one column. And now I have only one image on the page, and I can just select whichever image that is that I may want. And I'm going to take and increase the cell size. And increase it until I make it as large as I would like it. I want to keep a border on it. Now if I do full, in this aspect ratio, I have more of a margin on the top and the bottom than the side. That's fine for this particular piece. So that would give me my proof of one image, and that's how you would do it. I'm going to leave enough leave my margin. I want a little bit of margin. I don't want it too tight, so that I can read it. And I also kept my metadata on this. Then we would print this out in the same method. Just click the print button, and it immediately tasks out to print. And then that can be done with each individual image. Once it's set up, each image can be clicked on, and it'll fit into exactly the same page size for output to make your PDF and then into your JPEG or whatever type of file that you prefer to use. So that's the basics on making a contact sheet in Lightroom.